Hello, dear students. Let's learn English. You will need Prepare 6 students book and workbook. Let's start. Open your students books on page 69 and your workbooks on page 53. Let's start. Let's learn some grammar on page 147 of your students books. Superlative adjectives. If the adjective has got one syllable, we form the superlative form like this. We put est after it, and before the adjective we put the. For example, young, the youngest. If the adjective has got two syllables with consonant and y, we change y on I and put est at the end of the adjective and the article the before it. For example, heavy, the heaviest. If the adjective has got two syllables or more, we just put the most before it. Famous, the most famous. And we don't change the adjective. For irregular forms, you have to remember them because they are different from these rules. Good, the best, bad, the worst, far, the farthest, furthest. We use the superlative adjectives to compare one thing with two or more other things. For example, the Hopper computer is one of the fastest in the world. We use the before the superlative adjective. This is the smallest smartphone anywhere in the world. We usually use in to talk about a place with the superlative adjective. This is the most expensive laptop in the world, in my city, in my town, etc. The spelling rules for superlative and comparative adjectives are the same. Найвищий ступінь порівняння прикметників. Ви повинні запам'ятати правило. Якщо прикметник має один склад, ми додаємо до нього суфікс «est» в кінці та артикль «the» попереду, так як показано у вас на сторінці 147. Young – the youngest. Якщо прикметник має два склади і закінчується на літеру Y, а перед нею приголосний звук, то літера Y міняється на I, додається суфікс «est» та артикль «the» попереду. Heavy – the heaviest. Якщо прикметник має два склади чи більше, то прикметник не змінюється, але перед ним ставиться the most. Famous – the most famous. Відомий – найвідоміший. Є деякі прикметники, і ці форми потрібно запам'ятати. Форми найвищого ступеня порівняння цих прикметників. Хороший – good, the best – найкращий. Bad – поганий, the worst – найгірший. Far – далекий, the farthest – the furthest – найдальший. Ми використовуємо найвищий ступінь порівняння прикметників, коли кажемо, що одна річ якась най-най-най. Наприклад, найкраща, чи найгірша, чи найякісніша, найдорожча і так далі. Ми порівнюємо цю одну річ між усіма іншими. Ми виділяємо її. Як от, наприклад, показано в цих реченнях. Зазвичай ми ставимо перед найвищим ступенем порівняння прикметника артикль «the». Наприклад, це найменший смартфон будь-де у світі. Якщо ми називаємо місце після найвищого ступеня порівняння прикметника, то ми будемо використовувати прийменник in. Наприклад, це найдорожчий ноутбук у світі, у місті чи в містечку. Ми не будемо використовувати прийменник of. Правила написання такі ж самі, як і у вищому ступені порівняння. Якщо у вас прикметник закінчується на літеру «і», то ми додаємо лише літери «st» в кінці. Nice, nicest, late, latest. Якщо прикметник має один склад, закінчується на приголосний звук, на приголосну літеру, а перед ним йде голосна, то приголосна літера буде подвоюватися, окрім літер W, X і Y. Big, biggest, fat, fattest. Про літеру Y, яка змінюється на I, я вже вам казала. Busy, busiest, happy, happiest. І про прикметники, які мають два або більше складів, також вже було сказано. Expensive, most expensive, the most expensive. Також не забувайте, будь ласка, про прикметники, які слід запам'ятати, їхні форми. Їх не дуже багато, але вони важливі, тому що вони утворюють ступені порівняння не за загальними правилами. Їх слід запам'ятати. Let's do exercise number 1. Write the comparative and superlative forms of the adjectives. 1. Near, nearer, the nearest. 2. Large, larger, the largest. 3. Thin, thinner, the thinnest. 4. Friendly, friendlier, the friendliest. 5. Happy, happier, the happiest. 6. Beautiful, more beautiful, the most beautiful. 7. Good, better, the best. 8. Bad, worse, the worst. And 9. Far, further, the furthest. Let's do exercise number 2. Complete the sentences with the superlative form of the adjectives in brackets. 1. My sisters got the longest hair in my school. 2. Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the most famous football players in the world. 3. You can eat the best burgers in my town in Ray's Burger Bar. 4. Mrs. Peters is the friendliest teacher in my school. 5. My house has got the biggest garden in my street. 6. Last night we watched the funniest video online. I laughed a lot. Exercise number 3. Write sentences using superlative adjectives. 1. My sister is the fastest person in our school. 2. The Dnipro is the longest river in Ukraine. 3. Salad is the healthiest food in this cafe. 4. I am the worst singer in my class. 5. My brother is the best player in his team. Let's do exercise number 4. Choose the correct words to complete the sentences. 1. I think history is more interesting than science. 2. Traveling by plane is faster than traveling by bus. 3. Oranges are the healthiest food in the cupboard. 4. Johnny bought the best smartphone in the shop. 5. A printer is more expensive than a mouse. 6. The Torre de Cristal is the tallest building in Spain. Let's revise the rules about the superlative adjectives and do exercise number 2. Let's write comparatives and superlatives forms of the adjectives. If the adjective has got one syllable, we just add est at the end. Quiet, quietest. If the adjective has got one syllable ending in e, we add st. Nice, nicest. If the adjective has got two syllables ending in y, we change y into I and add est. Dirty, dirtiest. If the adjective has got one syllable ending in vowel consonant, we double the last letter and add est. Big, biggest. If the adjective has got two or more syllables, if it's a long adjective, we use the most before it. Expensive, the most expensive. Now, let's do exercise number 2. Let's write comparatives and superlative forms of the adjectives. 1. Big, bigger, the biggest. 2. Famous, more famous, the most famous. 3. Early, earlier, the earliest. 4. Thin, thinner, the thinnest. 5. Beautiful, more beautiful, the most beautiful. 6. Young, younger, the youngest. 7. Good, better, the best. 8. Bad, worse, the worst. Well done! Let's do exercise number 3. Complete the sentences with the superlative form of the adjectives. 1. My dad has the best computer in our house. 2. My laptop is the lightest one you can buy. 3. The most popular website among my friends is YouTube. 4. This smartphone has the biggest screen of all the ones in the shop. Do you like it? 5. The worst thing about my computer is the mouse. It doesn't work properly. 6. My phone is the oldest one in our family. Let's do exercise number 4. Correct the mistakes in the sentences. 1. Football is the most famous game in the world. 2. The best time to come to my house is 5:30. 3. The easiest way to travel there is by bus. 4. My room is the biggest in the house. Let's do exercise number 5. Let's work out our pronunciation, the stress in superlatives. Let's put the words into the correct column. Let's start. The first column, the worst. The second column, the biggest, the nicest, the quickest. The third column, the cleverest, the friendliest. And the last column, the most exciting, the most expensive. In exercise number 6, let's look at the table. Use the adjectives in the box to compare the phones. High star, bluebird, cloud 7. And here are some adjectives. We should use them. So, cloud 7 is the most expensive. High star is the cheapest. High star is the smallest. Cloud 7 is the biggest. High star is the thinnest. Cloud 7 is the thickest. High star is the easiest to use. Bluebird has the best camera. And High star has the worst camera. What can you say about the battery using this table? We can say that Cloud 7 has the best battery and Bluebird has got the worst battery. Let's do exercise number 1 in your workbooks. Write the superlative form of the adjectives. Let's remember the rules. 1. Good, the best. 2. Bad, the worst. 3. Fast, the fastest. 4. Exciting, the most exciting. 5. Heavy, the heaviest. 6. Famous, the most famous. 7. Clever, the cleverest. 8. Thin, the thinnest. Well done! Let's do exercise number 2. Complete the sentences with the superlative adjectives in exercise 1. 1. The heaviest man in the world weighed 675 kilos. 2. Jenny won first prize for the best story in the competition. 3. Kevin is the cleverest student in the class. He's very intelligent. 4. Everybody knows Buckingham Palace. It is one of the most famous buildings in London. 5. The film was terrible. It is the worst film this year. Exercise number 3. Choose the correct words to complete the sentences. 1. Nikki is the friendliest person in my class. 2. Rome is one of the oldest cities in the world. 3. That laptop is the most expensive in the shop. 4. Madrid is higher than other capital cities in Europe. 5. My maths teacher is the best in the school. 6. I think Paris is more beautiful than London. Exercise number 4. Put the words in the correct order to make sentences. 1. Messi is the most exciting footballer in the league. 2. Usain Bolt was the fastest runner in the world in 2017. 3. FIFA Football is the most popular computer game in our class. 4. That cafe has the best hot chocolate in my town. Let's do exercise number 5. Correct the mistakes in the sentences. 1. It was the greatest holiday ever. 2. You should go to the Metro Centre because it's the biggest shopping centre in the UK. 3. You can wear your oldest clothes for this job. 4. The easiest subject at school is PE. 5. The most expensive cost £900 and the cheapest cost £400. That's all for today. The lesson is over. Thank you very much. Don't forget to subscribe and like my videos. Goodbye and stay safe.